Welcome to Fluttering Dreams Butterfly Ranch. Today Robin will be showing you her way of taking caterpillars from a dirty enclosure and putting them in a nice fresh clean one. She'll show you how to assemble one without tearing it up and the easiest way to transfer the caterpillars without making them stressed out.
Okay, so today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking these plants out because the plants don't have much left to eat on them. We have some chrysalises up in the top and we need to get the caterpillars out of here because we try to keep caterpillars and chrysalises in separate enclosures. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take plants out and we're going to carefully look at them, make sure that there is no caterpillar on the outside of the pot or even a chrysalis. And sometimes you even have to look at the bottom because you see this little crack. Little caterpillars can crawl up underneath the pot. So I don't see any on this plant. The next plant, now this one here, this is a little interesting because what we did was we had to put this in here because it had some little caterpillars on it at the time. So we gave them this. They've ate all the leaves off of it, literally. I do not see any little caterpillars crawling on it. Another pot, no chrysalises on the outside, no little caterpillars. Look down even inside the dirt. There's a weed growing in that one. We're going to pull the weed out. Next pot. No chrysalises, no baby caterpillars. Next pot. Ah, look there, chrysalis, right? So we want to set this pot aside because we need to deal with this chrysalis a little later. Okay, now we need to be careful when we take out the dirty. You might want to come
check your door
closer for this. Check my door. Somebody is trying to escape on my door. Yep, look at there. Somebody's trying to escape on the door. So what we need to do is when we clean out the paper towels, we need to be very careful because I have had chrysalis make chrysalises on the back side of the paper towels, the underneath side of the paper towels. Right now we have a couple of guys munching right here. Here's one munching. Let me ease up the paper towels. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep all the feces from the caterpillars, the frass, on the paper towels. See, there's one guy right there. You see him? He's just a munching away. What we're going to do is we are going to take these caterpillars and we're going to put them in a clean enclosure. So we got the clean enclosure right here. Oh, and you know what? Normally when I clean my enclosures, I will, when I clean my enclosures, I put the sheaths on backwards so that it dries in all these little cracks and crevices of the zipper. So this one here, we're going to need to take this one off and turn it around, which is going to be a great opportunity to show you how the best way to put these on the cradle, not ripping it. If you notice, I'm inching it off the frame. We're going to be putting it on the frame the same way. So hold on one second. Let me move these guys off the table. That way we have the table to work with. Hang on, guys. We got a new home coming in a minute. Okay. So the frame is a very simple frame. You just, these joints, you just put the plastic, the braces in the joints. So we've got in the frame now, turn right side out. Or not the frame, we've got the covering turned right side out. I've seen people online talk about how they don't like these because they just rip when they try to put them on. It's because there's a trick to putting them on. So we just kind of loosely put it on so that it's kind of hanging, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to inch the sides. Literally, I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to make it hard. And as we get this side, I'm going to start pulling them up. If you try to make it all of them, you know, get 3 of them up and try to make that last one, it is going to rip every single time. I can assure you of that. So look, it's on there perfectly. See? And all we did was inch instead of force. Okay, now we're going to take our paper towels. I like to use at least 2 layers of paper towels. Some people just put 1. I'm just going to put the paper towels in there. I kind of like to have the paper towel so that it's kind of up on the corners. Only because that frass will fall down and get stuck all in the corners of the frame, and it's so hard to clean. This just makes it easier to switch out the paper towels. Okay, now we've got a plant. What did I just plant? Patty, where did I put him? I'm going to put my plant in there. I'm going to get my caterpillar first that was on the paper towel. And let me show you how I'm going to move him, and you can move the camera closer for this. So caterpillars really do not like to be disrupted. They really don't. It kind of stresses them out a little bit. So you can see that I tore off the paper towel where he was at. I have found the best way to move them without making them really upset is with something natural. This is a leaf. I'm literally, I'll come closer so you can see, this is his little head, right? I'm literally going to put the leaf underneath his little nose, and I'm going to coax him right onto the leaf. Look at there, he's going right onto it. Look, now I can put him into the enclosure. I've not touched him, I've not upset him, and he can now just crawl around and do his thing. So now we need to move these other guys that are in here. Where was Mr. Man that was climbing on the outside? Where did he go?
Up there.
Where is he? Whoops. That's one on the inside.
Okay.
Okay. So, the one that was on the outside got away because I didn't pay attention. Sorry about that. Okay, so, got another leaf. It's little Mr. Man here climbing up on the side. I'm going to put my hand here in case he falls. I can catch him. There he is. He climbed right on the leaf. We're going to put him over there. We got another little leaf for this one clawing across the bottom here. They really don't mind getting on the leaves at all. I think they actually prefer to be moved that way. Is that everybody? Was there anybody else in there? Is there only chrysalises left?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta look in the cracks, because sometimes they're hiding in a crack. Okay, I'm gonna zip this one up, and I'm gonna keep those chrysalises in there until they're ready to come out. One reason why I want to keep them in there zipped up is so that flies can't get to them. Now these guys now have a clean enclosure. There is, how many did we put in there? 4? How many did we put in there? 3, 4? And look how easy that zips up. So if you have struggled with putting your cover on, it's because you're trying to force that one end instead of letting it inch, inch, inch. Well, we got to go look for our lost caterpillar that got away from us. And that's the safest way to move your caterpillars from one enclosure to another.